Okay, you want to tell them what you're doing here? What we're doing here?
We are attempting to grow food.
In miserable heat.
No joke.
So what we've done different is this bed here used to go all the way to the wall. So we cut that back and cut back over there so that we can get behind it and over there in the corner. And what do you have planted here now?
We planted tomatoes, which traditionally you don't plant for a fall garden, but here in Arizona we did it last year. We're going to do it again this year, and we will eventually, when it gets quote cold for us here in the Phoenix area, probably greenhouse them. We'll put some thick plastic around, and they did fantastic. They actually lasted us all the way until almost summer last year, so we're going to try that again this year.
And what's in there?
In our, what we call our hot tub bed, in the back there we have cherry tomatoes that we'll use just for snacking. The grandbabies will like those. We have some mint over here growing voluntarily. Not mint, I apologize. Strawberries growing voluntarily. We're not sure why or how, but they're there. So we'll eventually dig those up and I'll show you where we're going to move them someday. The rest of the bed is predominantly carrots. They're starting to germinate. Again, it's been what, 115, 110 for probably the past 40 days, if not more at this point. So this is when we plant fall, so we're trying it and see what happens. Those are our peas. They will go up the trellis that he'll show you in a minute. We'll have those. They'll incorporate it into the grapevine as it loses leaves. It'll give it more space up there. As it starts to cool down, that grapevine will lose its leaves. This here is going to be our herb bed, our medicinal bed. We have a lot of just edible herbs that we'll eat, like the basil. We have a lot of herbs in here that I will use for medicinal, and for the first time try to make like tinctures and such for us, which I've seen a lot of. I haven't done any of our own as of yet, but I'm anxious to try. There's calendula that you can make into an oil. You have dill, of course, that I will keep for pickling at some point, hopefully. But yeah, just different ones here. Hopefully they'll grow. That's our thyme.
And why is this stuff over top of the beds?
Because we have friendly little birds that like to snack on our garden. For the first time, we haven't ever had to net our gardens here in Arizona, but we have a lot of birds for some reason this year that have now decided to snack on all the young seedlings. So we put some bird netting over a lot of the stuff that they're snacking on, and we will see if that should keep them out. We are doing our radishes. It's still a little warm. They're starting to sprout. We're hoping that they will do well. If not, we'll have to wait till it cools down and do it again. It's just unseasonably warm right now for us. Usually late August, mid-August, it starts to kind of break and hit around the 100-degree mark. In the bed that I was just showing you, we have our rhubarb and our bush beans as well. This one we're trying to grow our celery, which I have not been successful with yet, so I'm going to try it again. So far it has not sprouted. And then we have our Brussels sprouts, which again I have not been successful with. The green ones have not sprouted, but the red boll ones have started to sprout, so we will see what that brings us at some point.
Now the reasoning behind the bird netting, as you can see, they eat all my jalapeno leaves off the plants. So all these were full with jalapeno leaves on the plants. My Anaheims, they ate them all off. Anaheims, we thought maybe we had some tomato hornworms going on, but no, the birds were over here snacking away, because we can see out that window right there and watch as the birds were eating. So we put this bird netting over all of that, and we have another new bed over here. It used to end with this bed here. Then we added this bed for this bed and what we call our compost. Right there, the chicken run that we put all of our compost scraps into. There used to be a shed that went across here all the way across here, all the way to the back there was a shed. So we got rid of that. We built that workshop right there and expanded our beds. So we got this bed here, we got the compost, we have just some more tomatoes over here for it. Some, what are those, daisies?
Gerbera daisies.
Gerbera daisies
that are not liking the heat right
now. Had better days.
They'll come back.
And our spinach. So as you can see, this spinach here that's been tore up, the birds literally just did that today.
They did, didn't they?
Yep, they went through and ate all of our spinach. So I guess we're putting bird netting over this too.
Oh my gosh, those little boogers. Those little boogers.
And then we have some romaine lettuce started here. The Harmony hasn't come up yet, and the Red Russian hasn't come up yet. But this is all new.
You've got to be kidding me.
So the chicken run comes from their house over there. And they can go through, and there's nest boxes and perches on the other side over there, where they are. They can come through, all the way underneath here, all the way through here to the corner, and come out into what we call our compost on it. And these sides open up to get in there and clean them out. Plus we can get in there and clean that out just regularly. So I guess we have more to do with bird netting. Alright, this now, and then that can explain what was over here, is now what she calls her market garden. It's an in-ground garden to me, but it's a market garden. So what was over here?
So we originally had, where the gate is and stuff was just a grass area. We had a herb bed over here, but the rest that you'll see was just a deck. It's actually off our laundry room.
The deck was this area, let's see here, from here all the way across, and all that stuff back there was the deck. Over here, so now from here over, well actually here over was rose beds, then we had a tree, and then we had grass, and like Nanette said, over there in the corner where it's not painted white was an herb bed that you might have seen in some other videos, but now it's her market garden.
Our market garden.
Our market garden.
And what makes it a market garden? A market garden is just really strictly for produce. It's straight lines, it's clean. We will literally harvest it just to put up. Where in the other one, although we'll harvest most of that to put up, you have like the traditional herb bed in there. It'll have some fresh eating and snacking. This one will be strictly for us to can, freeze, and put up to have for the rest of the year.
So here we have peaches and cream corn in these two rows. And we're trying it with no weed fabric on it, but I have a feeling we're going to end up doing the whole thing in weed fabric because we got a lot of grass and stuff growing in it now. So, but this is just started, so we'll see where it comes through. And this arch matches up with the arch on the other end over there for the other garden.
And on the sides of this, I will put some type of David Austin rose climbing roses that then we'll plant in these boxes. Can't do that here until January, so I'll order those probably December, so in January we can plant those, so there'll be a beautiful rose arch to come into the market garden.
Or we might order them earlier because this COVID stuff has everything so far behind. In the first row here you have red acre cabbage. And do you have any of this grown yet?
I think so. There's one here.
Oh, right there.
There's a couple. There's some there. Some along here. I said it's just so darn hot. I don't know what we're gonna do. We may have to replant.
It's definitely hot. The next row she put some stonehead cabbage.
Yes, it's a green cabbage.
And I don't see any of it. Oh, I
Yeah,
see
right there.
one coming up right there.
There's
That's
one there.
it. No. A couple of them growing right there. And this one she has 2 separate cauliflowers. Flame Star in this half. So you can see it there. She did like one on that side, one on that side, then there'll be one on that side, back and forth, back and forth. And then graffiti after that. The next one is just regular cabbage.
No, it's a cauliflower. It's a
No?
white
Oh, cauliflower twister. So it's actually
traditional
coming
white
up.
one.
And emerald crown broccoli. Have some of it coming up, little bits. And this pole here will be down in the ground some more, and we actually have an umbrella that goes in it to shade the side of the house and the garden. Here we have some Godzilla broccoli. Have a little bit of it growing here. It's just hot, hot, hot. We had 115, like 5,000 days worth. Golden Delight zucchini. All this stuff is Haas, right?
Yes, all this stuff in here is Haas.
Yeah. And then we have some green over here. Some spineless beauty zucchini. And this drip system we're just trying out. We got the information off of Kevin and Sarah, Living Traditions, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so actually really like it. It's really nice and easy. So hooks right there. We got a water supply over there. It's on a timer. And there it is.
Get all that grass out of the way there.
Yeah, we gotta get all that grass. And that other line comes over here where she'll have her David Austin rose. Alright, just thought I'd give you, we thought we'd give you a little walkthrough. See what it brings for us here. Come, I don't know,
Fall.
November. Well, yeah, fall for us is November in Arizona. So, all right, have a great day, and we'll talk to you guys later.